Unveiling the secrets of Bible prophecies, a mind-blowing journey through time. Ever wondered if the Bible holds the key to our future? Get ready for a wild ride as we crack open some of the most mind-bending prophecies you've ever heard. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be seeing the world in a whole new light. Let's kick things off with a dream that shook an empire. Picture this: a massive statue with a golden head, silver chest, bronze belly, iron legs, and feet made of iron and clay. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the kicker. This wasn't just any dream. It was a glimpse into the future that's gonna blow your mind. King Nebuchadnezzar had this dream, and it freaked him out so bad he couldn't sleep. Enter Daniel, the ultimate dream interpreter. He breaks it down, revealing a timeline of empires that'll make your jaw drop. We're talking about predicting the rise and fall of major world powers, centuries in advance. How's that for a history spoiler alert? But hold on to your hats because we're just getting started. Ever heard of the 70 weeks prophecy? It's like a cosmic countdown clock, ticking away to some of the biggest events in history. We're talking about the exact timing of the Messiah's arrival, people. This isn't your average horoscope. This is next-level prediction that'll make Nostradamus look like a fortune cookie. Now, let's talk zombies. Yeah, you heard that right. The Bible's got a vision that would put the walking dead to shame. Picture a valley full of dry bones, suddenly springing to life. But this isn't just some horror story. It's a powerful message about resurrection and hope that's still relevant today. Speaking of relevance, let's fast forward to the prophecies about the Messiah. We're talking pinpoint accuracy here. Birthplace, life events, even the manner of death, all predicted hundreds of years in advance. It's like someone wrote a biography before the person was even born. Coincidence? You decide. But wait, there's more. Ever heard of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse? No, it's not a metal band, although that would be pretty cool. These riders represent some serious end times drama. We're talking war, famine, death, the works. It's like the ultimate disaster movie, playing out in real time. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds pretty doom and gloom. But hang on, because there's a plot twist coming that'll knock your socks off. Picture a world with no more tears, no more pain, where death is a thing of the past. Sounds too good to be true? Well, according to the Bible, this isn't just a fairy tale. It's the grand finale of human history. So, what does all this mean for us today? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? These prophecies aren't just ancient history. They're a roadmap to the future, a cosmic heads-up that's more relevant now than ever. But here's the thing. Interpreting these prophecies isn't for the faint of heart. It takes some serious brain power and a good dose of humility. We're going to dive into how to tackle these prophecies responsibly, without going off the deep end. And let's not forget about the prophecies that haven't happened yet. Yeah, there's more coming. We're talking about events that could shake the world to its core. Are you ready for what's next? But here's the real kicker. These prophecies aren't just about predicting the future. They're about changing lives right here, right now. We'll explore how these ancient words are still transforming people today, giving hope in a world that often feels hopeless. So, buckle up because we're about to go on a wild ride through time, space, and the human soul. By the end of this video, you'll never look at the Bible or the world the same way again. Ready to have your mind blown? Let's dive in. Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Imagine being the most powerful man in the world, and suddenly you have a dream so vivid, so terrifying, that it shakes you to your core. That's exactly what happened to King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. Picture this colossal statue, a head of pure gold, chest and arms of silver, belly and thighs of bronze, legs of iron and feet. A bizarre mix of iron and clay. Weird, right? But here's where it gets crazy. This statue wasn't just a random nightmare. It was a glimpse into the future of the world. Enter Daniel, the master decoder. He steps up and says, "Hey, king, that golden head, that's you and your empire." But it doesn't stop there. Each part of the statue represents a different empire that would rise to power. The silver chest and arms, That's the Medo-Persian Empire. Bronze belly and thighs? Say hello to the Greeks. Those iron legs? That's the Roman Empire, baby. But those feet of iron and clay? That's where things get interesting. It represents a divided kingdom, weak in some parts, strong in others. Sound familiar? It's like looking at a map of our world today. Here's the kicker. In the dream, a rock not cut by human hands smashes the statue to pieces. This rock grows into a huge mountain, filling the whole earth. What's that about? It's pointing to a kingdom that'll crush all others, one that'll last forever. Think about it. This dream predicted the rise and fall of empires with scary accuracy. It's like someone leaked the script of world history thousands of years in advance. Coincidence? You be the judge. The 70 Weeks Prophecy. Now let's talk about a prophecy so precise it's like a cosmic countdown clock. The 70 Weeks Prophecy in Daniel 9 is mind-bending stuff. Imagine someone telling you exactly when a world-changing leader would arrive, centuries before it happens. That's what we're dealing with here. This prophecy lays out a timeline spanning 490 years, broken down into specific periods. It predicts the exact time when Jerusalem would be rebuilt, the arrival of the Messiah's death, a future leader making and breaking a covenant. Here's the wild part. Many scholars believe this prophecy pinpointed the exact year of Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. We're talking to-the-day accuracy here, people. But it doesn't stop there. This prophecy also hints at future events, a time of trouble that's yet to come. It's like a roadmap of history, stretching from ancient times right into our future. The precision of this prophecy is so shocking. Some skeptics argue it must have been written after the events it describes. But here's the thing. We have historical evidence that the book of Daniel existed long before these events took place. It's enough to make your head spin, right? The Valley of Dry Bones. Now let's get weird. Picture a valley full of dry, lifeless bones. Creepy, right? But wait, it gets better. These bones start rattling, coming together, growing flesh, and boom, they're alive. This isn't the plot of a horror movie. It's a vision from the book of Ezekiel, and it's packed with meaning. On the surface, it's about the resurrection of Israel as a nation. Think about it. For centuries, the Jewish people were scattered across the globe. Many thought they'd never be a nation again. But then, against all odds, Israel becomes a country in 1948. Coincidence? But there's more to this vision than just political prophecy. It's a powerful message about hope and renewal. It's saying that no situation is too dead, too dry, too far gone for a comeback. Think about your own life. Got any dry bones lying around? Any dreams that seem dead and buried? This vision is shouting that resurrection is possible, that new life can spring from the most hopeless situations. It's a slap in the face to despair, a cosmic pep talk that's as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Pretty powerful stuff from a bunch of old bones, huh? Messianic prophecies. All right, let's talk about the ultimate prediction, the coming of the Messiah. The Old Testament is packed with prophecies about this promised Savior, and they're so specific it's almost scary. We're talking details like his birthplace, Bethlehem anyone, his lineage, from the line of David, the manner of his death, pierced hands and feet, sound familiar. Even the fact that lots would be cast for his clothing. These prophecies were written centuries before Jesus was born. It's like someone wrote his biography in advance. But here's where it gets really interesting. The prophecies don't just talk about a conquering king. They also describe a suffering servant, someone who would bear the sins of many. It's a paradox that puzzled scholars for centuries. Isaiah 53 is a prime example. It describes someone despised and rejected, bearing our griefs and carrying our sorrows. It's a description so vivid, so heart-wrenching, it's hard to believe it was written hundreds of years before the events it describes. The odds of one person fulfilling all these prophecies by chance? Let's just say you'd have a better shot at winning the lottery every day for a year. It's enough to make even the biggest skeptic pause and think. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Now, let's get apocalyptic. The four horsemen of the apocalypse. It sounds like something out of a blockbuster movie, doesn't it? But this isn't Hollywood. This is a vision straight out of the book of Revelation, and it's intense. Picture this. Four riders on horses, each bringing a different kind of chaos to the world. First up, a rider on a white horse. He's got a bow, and he's out for conquest. Next, a fiery red horse. Its rider's got a massive sword, and he's taking peace from the earth. Third, a black horse. Its rider's holding scales, talking about sky-high food prices. We're talking famine here, folks. Last, and definitely least, a pale horse. Its rider's name? Death. And Hades is following close behind. Heavy stuff, right? These horsemen represent some serious end times drama. We're talking about war, famine, death on a massive scale. Now here's where it gets interesting. Throughout history, people have seen these horsemen at work in different world events. The Black Death in the Middle Ages, World War II, the famines of the 20th century. You could argue the horsemen have been busy. But here's the million-dollar question. Is the worst yet to come? Are these horsemen still waiting in the wings, ready to make their grand entrance? It's enough to keep you up at night, isn't it? But don't panic just yet. Remember, this is just one part of a much bigger story. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for the ending. So, are you ready to live like you're part of prophecy? Are you ready to bring a piece of God's promised future into your present? The story's still being written, and you've got a part to play. Thanks for joining me on this mind-bending journey through biblical prophecy. If this video blew your mind like it did mine, hit that like button. If you want to dive deeper into these cosmic mysteries, smash that subscribe button and ring that bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, keep your eyes open, your mind sharp, and your heart ready. Because in the light of prophecy, every day is an adventure, every choice matters, and the best is always yet to come.